One Piece is real! Whitebeard was right the whole time! Hi, Barry, how are you doing? Okay. Alright, I gotta ask. Which one of you made the Christmas wish? Which one of you last night wished upon a magic star? I've seen Disney movies, okay? I've seen angels in the outfield. Which one of you were last night looking up at a star and you'll be like, oh, magic star, I wish that the One Piece anime would get a remake. That would be awesome. Good night. And to get woken up to this. All right. Oh, God. Okay. This was not what I expected. I mean, honestly, I was going to do a video today about the Monsters anime adaptation. You know, because that's getting one. You know, Oda's one-shot with Ryuma and the dragon and Cyrano. Everybody loves Cyrano, right? Okay. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's coming out in January. They got some promotional images of that. That looks really good. I'll talk about that today. I wake up and see this. I'm like, okay. Another anime adaptation of something, not what I expected at all, but here we are. Okay, so we know very little about this. This is just literally a teaser trailer that was revealed at Jump Festa 2024. The Jump Festas are named after like the following year, the incoming year. So for Jump Festa 2024, we have a teaser trailer revealed of a new anime adaptation with a new anime team and a new studio, WIT Studio. We'll get back to that in a moment. It's going to be called The One Piece to differentiate it from the mainline Toei animation that has a little bit of a head start on them. A little bit about a 1,088 episode head start on the One Piece anime, but that one will just be called One Piece, and then the WIT Studio version will be called The One Piece. It's also a collaboration with Netflix. It was on the Netflix YouTube channel that the teaser trailer was, released on here, and so it'll be released through that. My God, Netflix is really going 100% with this when it comes to the One Piece content, right? They're like, oh, okay, so we got the live action version of One Piece, right? Well, people, they might also want to watch the anime. No, forget that. I mean, we'll have the anime, we'll have the original anime on Netflix, but we're also going to go out of our way to produce a whole new anime. It's just like, okay. So once again, to clarify, because I'm looking at the teaser trailer and it took me a moment to process. Literally the first thing I saw when I woke up, because obviously a lot of people were sending me messages about it, so thank you to all of you. But I was like, wait a minute, it's not like an OVA or anything. It's not like in the episode of series, like episode of East Blue, episode of Nami, episode of Skypiea that kind of like compresses a story arc. Nope, it's not like a movie or anything like that. It's not like a limited edition series. I know they did that with Naruto, Road to Naruto kind of thing, like a little mini series of like a certain number of episodes, just like highlighting the best parts of the series. No, none of that. An actual, legit, starting over from scratch, chapter 1, new anime team, One Piece anime. It's like, whoa, that is wild. Because look, like, I'm a fan of like older kind of animation, you know what I mean? Like 90s kind of animation. That's what I grew up with. A lot of the cartoons and stuff I watched back then, like Western animations were like older style. I really like the older episodes of like The Simpsons and things, okay? So when I go back and watch the earlier episodes of One Piece, stuff from the East Blue and like Alabasta, it was like the turn of the millennium around the year 2000 and stuff. It's very nostalgic for me. And it's like, wow, this is a really good, adaptation, But then I also think like, wow, I wonder what would happen if they ever, reanimated this, because I feel like, I don't know if like every One Piece fan has ever thought about that, but like just because of the Herculean effort to, it's like 1,088 episodes in, you're like, let's go round again. Come on, let's go round again, And if that ever were going to happen, I always assumed it would be after the manga had concluded, right? Like, okay, but I could see what they're doing here. Honestly, and I don't want to freak anybody out here, but if they're starting a brand new anime adaptation of One Piece now, and they're going to go all the way through, by the time this One Piece anime gets to like the point where we're at like now, like Egghead, not even Egghead, but like Wano, like the One Piece manga is probably going to be thoroughly concluded by that point. Like, thoroughly concluded. Not even just like, oh, it just ended. No, it's probably going to be done at that point. And then at that point, this anime adaptation could have the conclusion to it, so maybe that's another reason why they're doing it. But honestly, I think this is just going to be so good. Having two anime adaptations, that's really the mark of a high tier level series, The other one that comes immediately to mind is Hunter x Hunter, because remember, Hunter x Hunter actually had an anime back in the 90s. Yeah, has anyone seen it? I highly recommend you do. The soundtrack is really good. The animation is different, but it's a lot darker and grittier. And that was like by design. Like the tone of the original Hunter x Hunter anime is very gritty, and it's really cool. So I would really suggest go checking that out, right? You can actually find a lot of episodes on YouTube that I've discovered. But anyway, yeah. So we have two versions at least now to compare it to. Not even really. I really shouldn't compare it. I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. But at the end of the day, it is an alternative, series. If for whatever reason you're watching the current Toei animation One Piece, because I know people do have issues with that. The one that pops into my head immediately is I remember when, during Wano especially, when all the hockey auras started becoming a thing. A character would charge up with armament hockey and it'd be like they're going Kaioken or something. Now, I personally love that because I did grow up with like Dragon Ball Z and like Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff. So that's like the mark of an anime badass of just like Conqueror's hockey, boom, I'm like, yeah, but a lot of people didn't care for that too much. And I remember sitting there thinking and just like, well, I know there's some people that have some issues with the Toei anime, but like there's only one anime. It's like, what are they gonna do? Start making a new One Piece anime from scratch? It's like 25 years into this one, it's like, that's not going to happen. Or if it does happen, that's going to happen in the far off future, like maybe like 5-10 years after the One Piece manga concludes and the original anime concludes, the Toei anime concludes. Maybe at that point they'll be like, you know what, it's been a while, let's start over again. But it's like, no, they're doing it now. Oh man, it's even this promotional image with Luffy looking out over the sea is just, this is hype alone, okay? So who's animating it? WIT Studio is animating it. You may remember them from such popular anime series as the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga, I love, man. That's one of my anime, like Hunter x Hunter. I'll go back and probably rewatch the whole anime probably at least once a year or so. I mean, like, Vinland Saga is really good. Both of those look really amazing. And also, Spy Family. That's the one they actually used in the trailer. Like, WIT Studio, the same studio that brought you Spy Family. And I'm like, I love Spy Family, all right. But here's another one, The Ancient Magus Bride. Whoa! Ancient Magus Bride fans, anybody? Yeah, let's go! Philomela is a really sad character. That's actually season 2. The WIT Studio didn't animate season 2 of Ancient Magus Bride, but that's airing right now. The first season of Ancient Magus Bride, they animated, though, and I love Ancient Magus Bride. Anybody else love Ancient Magus? It's a really beautiful story. You should go check it out. So that's some of their work, so I'm sold on that immediately. It's a completely separate team, so it's not like, the Toei studio is like now super overworked making this. It's a new staff, new studio. Probably will be, collaboration, obviously, with stuff. So, it's interesting. Normally, when you're doing this kind of thing, like you're bringing back, like you're redoing an anime, like you're remaking an anime, the general idea is like, oh, okay, well, we're going to cut out all the filler and make it more true to the original series, kind of like Dragon Ball Kai, and was it Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Kai? I think it was Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then, like I said, with Hunter x Hunter as well. Now, in the case with One Piece, though, there's really not that much filler. There's a lot of filler earlier in the story, which we're obviously, oh man, I hope they reanimate that Warship Island arc. I really hope we get to see that Commodore Nelson, the big giant fat guy. I hope we get to see him in like 4K Ultra HD. All right, now, so obviously they're going to probably stay true to the story completely, which is also good because they did make some changes. The original anime starts out very differently from the manga. The first chapter of the One Piece manga, Romance Dawn, covers the backstory with Shanks and Luffy, and then it ends with Luffy leaving Fuchsia, punching out the Lord of the Coast, and going on in his adventure, okay? And then in the next chapter, he meets Kobe, and then Zoro, and then yeah. In the anime, starts out completely differently. The first episode does not feature the flashback. The first episode, actually, the first Straw Hat to appear in the anime is actually Nami. That has that extra scene on a cruise ship, and then Nami's there, and then Alvida's crew attacks, and then Luffy in the barrel, and Kobe's there, and then you don't get the flashback with Shanks and the hats until like a good, 5 episodes in, I think, So it's a really good adaptation. I'm not saying anything bad about that. It's just like, well, it would be cool to have, a One Piece anime that starts and stays as true to the manga as physically possible, okay? And there's a couple of other things like throughout that were changed, and maybe some of those changes were for the better, but overall keeping to the manga material, right? So some of the earlier filler arcs, you got the Warship Island arc, you have the, you had the cover page story with Kobe Meppo. That was actually animated. That was cool. Maybe this one will include the cover pages. Dude, okay, no, not even exaggerating. If this new anime were to like take a break in between like story arcs with the Straw Hats to do like 2 or 3 episodes with the cover stories, I would be okay with that. Yeah, that's canon material. That is 100% canon material. That is not in the Toei version. At least some of them are. Like Wapples is for some reason. Kobe Meppo is in there. But like all the other ones aren't. I want to see Eneru's Great Space Operation animated. I want to see Ace's Great Blackbeard Search animated. Yes. You could do that. You have the power now, WIT Studio. You could do that. That's canon. That needs to honestly be animated. Like 100%. I am vying for that one, okay? But what else do we have? After they get done with Alabasta, there's like a slew of fillers. Oh my god. Does this mean we'll actually have an adaptation of the Davy backfight arc that's good? One that doesn't go way past its welcome? Where it's like, okay, guys, I'm Foxy. Let's do the Davy backfight. 3 rounds. It's like, okay. It's like, well, those 3 rounds were, what are we going to do? A do-over. Let's do 3 more rounds. I'm Foxy. It's like, oh, okay. Sure. Can we just get to Water 7 already? We could get to Frankie. That'd be great. All right. Some of the One Piece fillers are actually really good. Remember the episode where Robin and Chopper are just kind of hanging out after Robin joins the crew right after Alabasta? That was a good one. The one where Sanji is entering a cooking contest in Logtown. Yeah, that was a filler. That wasn't in the anime. It was in the anime. It wasn't in the manga. In the manga, he just buys the fish. He just goes over and be like, ooh, an elephant bluefin tuna. 1, please. Thank you. That was the origin of how he got the fish in the manga. Oh, man. So there's some good filler in One Piece. There's some good filler. After a certain point, though, it was, I think there's some filler. Well, there's the Don Acino, like, Ice Hunter arc after Ennie's Lobby, after Frankie joins. There's a couple of fillers, like there's the whole Breed arc, during the post-time skip after Punk Hazard. But after the time skip, they really slow down with the fillers. Or if they do a filler, it'll be like 2 or 3 episodes. They'll keep it very brief for a reason. There's a lot of movie tie-ins that'll be included, like the tie-ins for Z and Gold and Stampede and everything like that. But yeah, this will be something completely, I guess, bereft of all that material. It'll just be manga material straight through. And if that's the case, I'm not going to say they're going to catch up pretty quickly, because, like I said, once you hit, also, there's a thing where once you start getting into the longer arcs, especially like Dressrosa is probably the most notable. There are a lot of episodes of Dressrosa where once you factor in the intro to the anime and the preview to the anime, and you got to cut out time for commercials and everything like that, which this is going to be on Netflix. Once you factor all that in Dressrosa, oh man, there's some episodes that maybe progress the plot by like half of a chapter. Sometimes less. I mean, like the Dressrosa, and that was a reason for that. It's not like they did that just for funsies. They did that because at the time, the manga and the anime were pretty close. But the Dressrosa arc, watching it in the anime, oh, it could feel dragged out sometimes, where each episode is just like barely advancing the plot as in the manga. But with this, there you go. That's how you can avoid that now, because as of the production of this thing, we're already in the final saga. So yeah, I'm not going to say they're going to blitz through the, all the, arcs of One Piece or anything like that. It's still going to take quite some time just of how long and how much stuff they're going to cover here. But yeah, we're going to be waiting for the news on this. Like, dude, just like I have it opened right here, the One Piece special announcement, and I'm just looking at the views on YouTube just keep ticking up as I'm just making this video right now. Just like, oh, it went up again. Oh, it went up again. It's at 320,000 right now. This, I guess, just came out this morning. Oh, man. But what are you most excited for this? What fight are you the most excited to see reanimated? Reanimator in this new The One Piece anime adaptation. I gotta think about that one. Oh, man. What's a really good... Oh, Lucci versus Luffy. It was good in the Toei animation version. I'm not saying it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. That fight was incredible. To see that again with, you know, new anime and a new team, their interpretation of it, like Luffy scream all over again. Oh, that'll be good. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, what about the voice actors? I'm assuming they're going to use the same ones, right? Like, I'm assuming that's the case. Unless it is a completely new team. See, that's the thing. They didn't really give us, I don't think, any information on that. Get ready for a fresh new remake coming to Netflix. With the all-new animation team. Just says an all-new animation team. Get ready for a fresh new remake. Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. It's not really much. And then we just have that cute little scene with Luffy and the windmill on the cliff of Fuchsia. But yeah, I would assume... I would assume they would keep the same voice cast, but maybe not. I guess we'll have to wait to see. If, like, somebody like passing the torch to another, another team, which I'm sure would do great. Okay, but yeah, there's a lot of different voice actors that have played Luffy and Zoro over the years, right? You know, remember back in the 4Kids days, 4Kids Zoro, 4Kids Zolo, I should say, actually had a pretty good voice actor. Really good. So, you know, sometimes, you know, you can get an actor just because, you know, it's like, oh, this is obviously Luffy. No one else can play Luffy. I'm sure there are other, you know, voice actors out there that can do a pretty damn good job playing Luffy. Okay, but, you know, we'll see what happens. We don't know. We don't know yet. As of right now, I'm assuming it might be the same voice cast, but we'll see. Unless somebody knows something that I don't. Okay, but anyway, yeah, that'll be a lot of conjecture coming down the pipeline just because of the situation. But that's the video for today, I guess. Get excited, get hyped. We don't know when this will be out yet. I'm assuming it's not going to be next year. This will be the teaser trailer for this. And as we all know from a lot of Jump Fest announcements, like, remember the one back in, like, 2017 that Oda's like, you know, Wano will begin in 2017. And it didn't. And it's just like, sorry, 2018 we'll do it for sure. And then it was at 2018. So, yeah, this is probably still working in production. We have very little information. So, pretty soon we'll find out more. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, everybody. This is a good time to be a One Piece fan. And, yeah, which scene are you the most excited to see reanimated in this new series by WIT? All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Go watch The Ancient Magus Bride. Go watch the original Hunter x Hunter anime. You know, make a weekend out of it. There you go. All right, later, everyone. Tekking, signing out.